That's the end result.
They'll look to throw here on first down. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Second and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. He'll drop to throw. He finds his tight end, Goddard. That's complete. And he'll wind up getting this to the 32. A play that started at the 16, and that's how many yards they get. First down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. They'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here's second and 10 now from about the 32. Hurts. This short throw caught by Goddard. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On third down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he will have the first before he's brought down right on the chalk of the 20. They're able to convert with a gain of 4.
And then the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Looking to throw again on second down. Hurts eluding the pressure right. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yards to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
So Hurts is off, and on comes Jake Elliott for the Eagle field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
Fields it right around the goal line.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again.
The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 22-yard line.
Looking to throw. He'll find Foolin working the middle. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
They'll set up to throw.
That's complete to Justin Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. nice throw right there. And Charles, this is game number 2 in the NFL for this young rookie. His guys getting the victory last week, and he played pretty well by most accounts. Curious, what did you see?
I saw something similar to what you described, Brandon, because I saw a guy who looked the part, a guy who was in command, not just with the touchdown passes, but definitely looked to be in control of the offense as well. And you and I both know that's often uncommon for a rookie quarterback.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to third down.
Back to throw again. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him.
This offense returns to the field, and the former Penn State star Miles Sanders, we get a look at him.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it first and goal.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
On first and 10, it's Hurts.
And it's complete, right back in the hands of Smith. 3 yards is the gain that time, second and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Second down and goal.
Hurts.
Now they go screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is third and goal. Here's Hurts to throw.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
Jalen Hurts
with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage.
Well, this offensive unit, yeah, they were solid in the opening week victory, and now they are looking just as sharp here in week 2.
And that's exactly what you want, too, because you want to get better each and every week and really ramp up as the season goes on. I know it's still early in the season and a lot can happen, but this offense, they look like they're going to be fun to watch each and every time out.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead is now 13. So that drive, 4 plays, and a 9-yard run on the end of it. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
To the right side and complete to Jefferson.
And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Now, I'm not putting him in the Hall of Fame, but if you look at the great linebackers in history, They all have that ability to innately sense where a play is going, sometimes even before the ball snaps, and they're there and end up making the play.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Here's Blake Gillikin now.
That's pulled in at the 32. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So here are the Eagles to take over. Last week they got a good victory over the Dallas Cowboys, and they are in the driver's seat here right now as well. The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got Sternberger.
2nd and 8 coming up.
They'll look to throw here.
Out route to Jefferson, and he's got it.
And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. And it's incomplete. Boy, he doesn't drop many like that one. 2nd down.
For Justin Jefferson, incomplete. Avante Maddox on the coverage.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 33. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. I will remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They'll look to throw again. That one into the hands of Foolin, complete. And he has another first down, so he'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 21. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't it? And Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. Now left side on the swing pass. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. He'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try.
It's 4th down.
And this one is right through. And that cuts into the deficit. It's now 20-10.
Well, still some climbing left to do to get back to even, but forcing a turnover and getting the field goal there, that's a small step toward erasing the early deficit.
Absolutely. That interception field goal, that's the beginning of what they hope will be several steps towards erasing that deficit and building a lead of their own by the time this game is over.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And that one going to be off target and incomplete.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Hurts. He's got Dallas Goedert, his tight end, over the middle. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
And that one goes incomplete on the drop. That's one he definitely normally catches. 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Here's Aaron Sipas now.
First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. The Vikings going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
And it's knocked away and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Darius Slay on the coverage.
This time they stay on the ground.
And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the 1st down marker.
Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 45-yard punt for there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
And they're just going to run it here up the middle.
And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we've reached halftime here, and it's our visitors, the Eagles, leading this one. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get back to you and Charles in a bit, but first it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that one finds the Falcons out in front. Kareem Hunt with a touchdown run. From there, we're off to check out another game. And you can see they have the lead over the visiting Seahawks. T. Higgins, a touchdown reception. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they've got the lead over the visiting Denver Broncos. The Bills trying to hold on and claim victory. Time now for a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Eagles. And they've definitely been able to exploit some holes in that opposing secondary, as they threw for close to 200 yards in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they too were able to take advantage of a soft secondary, as both of these two teams really threw the ball at will in that first half.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third.
This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, you know, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
The ball resting on the 20. Here's 2nd and 6.
They run. Cook. And he will find his way forward to about the 23-yard line. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. He'll drop to throw.
He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he will have a Vikings first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
I know I'm an old defender, but I've got to give credit where credit's due. That was smart play calling right there on 3rd and 4. They didn't need to do too much. Just let their guy get out there and sit down in the zone. And they hit him for the completion for the first down.
Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up
2nd and 5. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll set up to throw. He'll dump this off to Cook. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the first down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. .42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return.
And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 22.
He'll start with a handoff to Sanders.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know the speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Another run with Sanders.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. 59 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
This offense really looking polished these first couple of weeks. Here's 1st and 10. They run with Sanders off the option.
And he'll get this up to about the 40.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Hurts.
This will be caught by Brown.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Philadelphia.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. That's over the middle and caught by Arcega-Whiteside. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. It's a second down run with Sanders. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. Able to avoid him at the 40. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 31-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Give that sack to Harrison Phillips, the big man.
Well, obviously the pass rush gets the glory and the statistics on this play, but the coverage, they deserve a ton of credit too. Denied open windows, erased the quarterback's targets one by one. Everywhere he looked, someone was covered. Only a matter of time before someone got there to bring him down.
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Hurts escaping the pressure right. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the first down marker. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So the lead grows here incrementally, but I think the way their defense is playing, you feel okay with just getting 3.
They've definitely been stout so far, but now that can all change because if one guy gets loose for 70 yards, this is a different game. But as it stands, field goals are good. Just keep adding to that lead.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
And out now come the Vikings.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Throw to the right. He's got the tight end here, Sternberger. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27th.
It's a gain of 7.
On second down, Cook.
And he'll get a couple up to the 29.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw.
Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
First down, here's the run with Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He was brought down at the 45-yard line. It's a pickup of 6.
On the jet sweep, here comes Jefferson.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Back to throw here. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he has another first down as they get the ball down to the Eagles' 41-yard line. That'll put him up over 160 yards receiving now for the game. They can't seem to stop it.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Looking to throw. Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. And he'll slide to a halt here, still a little shy of the 1st down marker. 9th play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Back to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a halt. And now before they run this 4th down play, we're going to get a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. That's on target, but it's no good. He had it on line, but it came up just shy of the crossbar, and the deficit will hold pat at 13. Down here in the 3rd quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the 2nd miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts.
Well, it's caught on the right side at Smith. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
A 3-yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 7.
An option handoff given to Sanders.
And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
At first glance, I actually wasn't sure that he got it, but he ended up getting it by about a full yard.
He certainly did, but it took a little effort, didn't it? Took some nice push, a little crease inside, and some determined running to make sure that he got the 1st down.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Off the play fake, here's Hurts.
This is caught. It's Brown. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. A.J. Brown, his 1st touchdown here of the new campaign, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Hurts will throw.
And it's incomplete, but a flag is down here, so hang on. Let's see what we've got.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, It has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Before they can get the punt away, whistles as we've come to the end of the 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Vikings send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Philadelphia getting set to take the field.
Well, the win for them at this point seems pretty assured. I mean, still a decent amount of time left here in the 4th quarter, Charles, but you got the football, you're up 3 scores. They have to be feeling really good about where they're at.
I love your observation skills, partner, because I think you saw them charge onto the field fired up about another chance to get into the end zone. Looks to me like this group is ready to crush any hope left on the opposing sideline, and they want to do it with some gusto, too.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've converted a 3rd of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Another run here with Sanders. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
He's across midfield to the 49.
This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
And for an offense that is struggling, this is not where you want to start from. Great punt.
Fantastic punt. And for all those who wonder, what do punters do during the course of practice each and every day? The best ones do what we just saw there. Work on positioning the football and helping their team.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
It's now 2nd and 10.
They'll look to throw here. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Fletcher Cox able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense. I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook.
And he's able to break out of 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down.
2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. He really hasn't been able to get on track running the football, averaging less than 4 yards a carry.
Yeah, I think that they're going to enjoy the film session because all the defenders are filling their proper gaps on just about every play. And you know what they always say for a defensive coach? When I click off this film, I better see 11 jerseys in the picture going after the ball carrier.
So from their own end zone here, this kicks away. Now a fair catch called for and made right on the 45-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at their own 46. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory.
82 yards on the ground for him so far.
And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a first down on the keeper.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a first down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Right back to Sanders on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll run with Sanders up the middle. And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
Now we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player, and it appears to be Devontae Smith who's having some problems here. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Seventh play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Man open left side is Brown. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do so.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia.
Jalen Hurts.
A 6-yard touchdown run.
And the Eagles are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. So I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
Nwangu now from his end zone.
Now the Vikings offense gets set to take over here.
At their own 13-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And this is going to be incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They're going to look to throw. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
CD, you know, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And he'll only get this to the 14 as he'll come up well short of the first down. And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
The Vikings send out their punter as he'll come on to kick this one away. He'll take it at the 42. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They can definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory. Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time. Throwing is Hurts. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he's been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top. Hurts going to keep it again. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain. And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
A 4-yard pickup on the play. And an Eagle 1st down.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Eluding and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Zadarius Smith picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll protect himself at the end here as he winds up getting pretty decent yardage. The kick by Elliott is good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead. Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away. Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset.
They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll set up a throw.
He's got the tight end, Sternberger. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Back to throw again. Looking for Foolin, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Levante David.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
That time defensively looked like they showed quite a bit of pressure but backed off, and it proved fruitful. They get the pick.
He went through all of his rules about getting rid of the ball quickly because he read blitz. He saw all those people stacked at the line of scrimmage, and then they fooled him by dropping into coverage. Now he's ready to get rid of the ball fast, but guess what? Too many defenders out there. Exactly as you described, an interception.
And they'll begin by running the option.
And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
So fly, Eagles, fly. It's a victory for Philadelphia. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for Philadelphia, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory.
And they will head home next week to take on the Washington Commanders.
Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll get a home date next week against the Detroit Lions.